Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Uh, what you're seeing here is a tweet that led to some, well, we'll just call it speculation at this point. As you can see here, that Sarah, she tweeted out that the team at Flex HQ continues to grow, Europe and emerging markets in Asia. And just a picture of the LinkedIn. So I thought to myself, it's time to do what I usually do. I went to Miss Sally Wren's LinkedIn account here. As you can see, the About, international professional with experience in North America, Europe, and emerging markets in Asia. That's very important. But before we get into why that's important, I just wanted to verify her education here a little bit. The St. John's University Bachelor of Science Business Management. What I really cared about was something that I was able to find pretty easily, the Global Loans Opportunities for Budding Entrepreneurs. Sally Wren was selected for the Globe Fellowship Program to conduct research about microfinance in Nicaragua. And as you can see, she was there from 2009 to 2013. So here's St. John's University's The Globe from December of 2013. As you can see from the headline here, Globe Fellows facilitate program expansion to Nicaragua. And very first sentence here. This past summer, former Globe managers Felipe Juan, Megan Lane, Sally Wren, and Nuras Salam traveled to Nicaragua as Globe Student Fellows along with Program Director Dr. Linda Sama. I hope I got all those names right. But yes, this is from 2013, St. John's. It's on the St. John's website. So as you can see, that we can pretty well conclude that Sally Wren did go to St. John's University. But that part that I alluded to earlier, that's the really good one right here. Senior Associate Data Products at Lazada, an Alibaba company, full-time for 1 year and 8 months, almost 2 years. And that was in Bangkok, Thailand, and Singapore. As you can see, managed access to over 6,000 plus users across all ventures and levels. I've got some analytics, Q&A sessions, a lot of administrative duties that sort of grew the company in that data products line. And you're probably thinking, well, I've never heard of Lazada. It must not be that big. So Lazada here on Wikipedia was founded 10 years ago and has over 10,000 employees. Right here, 10,000. If you want to read more on Lazada, the Wikipedia has a good amount of information. All I'm going to say is it's one of the largest e-commerce operators in Southeast Asia, and it is the largest based on average monthly web visits according to data from August of 2018. And September 2019, it claimed the top e-commerce platform in Southeast Asia with more than 50 million active buyers annually. I have a friend that is from Singapore, still tries to go back and visit, still has family there, and he said Lazada is incredibly popular there. So, why not look into what Lazada has to offer in Singapore? Well, I can confirm that Lazada is a real place in Singapore. This is Lazada 1 Plaza here in Singapore, right on the street. Pretty big building, has a parking garage attached. Now this is Lazada's English website. This is what you would see if you just sort of typed in Lazada in your Google and didn't put like a country-specific term in there like Singapore or Philippines. And this just basically gives an overview that they're in Indonesia, Malaysia, Singapore, Vietnam, Thailand, and the Philippines. With Lazada, any business can scale and become a super e-business. Let our digital capabilities enable your ambitions to grow in the region. Find out more about how you can grow your business with Lazada. And they are part of the retail revolution. So this is Lazada's website. This is the Philippines version. I'm a little bit interested in the Philippines version because it has something that the Singapore version does not. You can see here there's plenty of products. I did some conversions earlier, and basically 1 Philippines peso is equal to 0.019 USD. So it's basically on par with what the AMP token price is in USD. So basically 1 Philippine peso equals 1 AMP token right now at this time. Now the really interesting part about Lazada Philippines is right down here. You can see there's a Lazada wallet. What is Lazada wallet? Online shopping and transactions are made simpler as Lazada brings out the Laz wallet function online. This digital wallet lets you load up online credits and use them effortlessly to pay for items you want online. You can also avail of other added vouchers, deals, even cash back through this function, giving you more ways to save more when buying through Lazada. But as you can see, there's other parts here that probably make Lazada one of the more popular e-commerce platforms in that area, such as authentic product guarantees. I got some convenient returns, solid customer communication, and of course great campaigns and loyalty programs. So after looking into Lazada, plus Flexa, plus Sally Wren, I thought to myself, there's someone else in that area that has been doing these type of payments. It was actually brought up by someone that was trolling a recent Community Spaces for AMP token about how Terra was already doing this. So I thought it was interesting that they brought that up. Plus Flexa has just hired a product manager who has been in that region and worked at Lazada, one of the largest e-commerce platforms. So I thought maybe it'd be a little bit interesting to see what Terra had to offer and what the future might hold for both Terra and Flexa. And the reason why I thought about Terra and Flexa is because there was a Twitter Spaces back in December, so roughly 6 months ago, that was hosted by Tyler Spalding. Plus, they also had Kwon come on, and he is the person behind Terraform Labs. These are the two most relevant topics that were covered in the Twitter Spaces for me, and I just wanted you to listen, especially this beginning part about how Terra started.
Would transact using our stablecoins. So the idea was that, if you could set money in motion, then in that case, you can capture a lot of money at rest. So the things that we tried to do is we built up an e-commerce focused merchant network in Korea, and then we built an e-wallet that would target that network called Chai. So the key differentiator was that we would take from the user either stable coins or fiat. So the on-ramp experience would be similar to what I guess stateside people are familiar with, Plaid, and on the merchant side, we would settle in stablecoin with obviously like things like OTC and fiat off-ramp options attached. So we did this in a couple of countries. So we set up a company called MiwiPay Mongolia, and Chai grew to sit above about 50 merchants, usually a very large e-commerce retailer.
Okay, that was just the very first part. I just wanted to discuss how they started with payments. And you heard him talk about the Chai app, which there has been some interesting developments with Chai. This was, again, December 14th, 2021. If we go back over 2 years before that, October 14th, 2019, you can see that they had this presentation on CNBC about Korea running on Terra. Talks about how the Chai will continue to expand to the rest of Southeast Asia. By 2021, it was looking to enter 11 new Asian markets. You can see here that Chai had around 370,000 active wallets. And again, you can see here that in terms of daily active users, Chai has already exceeded some of the most popular tokens. It's looking like 58,000. Of course, nowhere near Bitcoin, but still better than Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, and XRP at the time. Now, this channel here is Lu It Han. Not sure how to exactly say that. The only thing I really know about this channel is they've done a couple of the Terra payments through Chai. You can see they're using the Chai card, which was a card that was developed for Chai app. But here is actually how the barcode system would work on the phone.
Okay guys, I'm going to show you how to pay with Chai.
구매 가능한 상품입니다. 신분증을 제시해 주세요.
So that seems pretty easy, pretty straightforward. The Chai app was used in CU convenience stores, which is a large chain of convenience stores in South Korea. I don't know if it's still running on Terra though. That's sort of the problem. If you go to forums here at Terra.money, you can see that under the dApp section that someone brought up that Chai appears to be disconnected from Terra. Nobody answered this topic. Kind of made me a little bit more worried, so I went through Reddit and tried to find something similar, especially that time frame. I don't know if this is the same person or not, but it is 26 days ago, and they're asking Chai Pay still have anything to do with Terra. Chai and Terra don't really seem to have that relationship anymore. And if you scroll down, you can see here that someone else was also investigating. Chai Scan was down since September. It appears that they discontinued on September 17th. But as you can see, there's just a lot of unknowns. No one really knows if it's still there, if it's still working. No one's coming out and shouting this down or pointing them anywhere. These people are actually trying to find out why it doesn't seem to be working. Now, Chai still has their website up at chai.finance. However, I cannot seem to find any mention of Terra, even translating the page. By the way, I love that extension now. See here, there's those CU stores, CU convenience stores. But the more you look down here, there's really nothing about Terra anymore. I don't know if there ever was. I didn't really put this in the Wayback Machine. All I know is that that's what I'm seeing on Reddit, and that's sort of what I'm seeing on their own forums. Plus, there was one worrisome thing about this website. They still have the Facebook account. Doesn't appear to be much going on. Again, that's March 15th, so 2 months ago they last posted. And they're advertising a credit card. But the problem with me with this website is at least one of the socials is dead, and that's the Instagram here. Yeah, there's nothing on Instagram for Chai Finance, at least not the direct link through their website, which is a little bit worrying. I don't know if something might have happened to that Instagram account. But that, plus sort of these people asking these questions, that I'm just a little bit unsure. So I thought to myself, why would there possibly not be Chai Finance anymore? Or what could have happened to knock Chai off the Terra blockchain? And I kind of started to think maybe there's something to this with Flexa and Terra. For example, if we go back to this AMA with Tyler Spalding, we'll find out that Kwon and Tyler Spalding are actually sort of buddy-buddy. They talk shop and have hung out before. You would have had to have stuck clear to the end of this, which most people sort of dropped off before then. It's right here at the hour and 5 mark.
This is cool. We should look to do it again sometime as we get more and more going here with Flexa and Terra. I'm just excited to hopefully see you in person again one of these days. It feels like 20 years ago since we actually had that one lunch in Berlin, I think it was. And just being able to meet up and see each other now with all this COVID stuff. I can't wait for this to keep moving on and getting to build stuff together. But there's going to be so many, hopefully everyone listening too, feedback on both sides of, I think there's going to be so many massive opportunities with Terra and Flexa growing together and what this will look like in the future, globally. And having a decentralized stablecoin as Do's really been,
So Flexa and Terra are going to do big things globally. December 14th, 2021. Flexa hired Sally Wren, product manager at Flexa, with experience in Bangkok, Thailand, and Singapore at Lazada. And you might be asking yourself, why does Terra need Flexa? Why could Terra possibly want to be with Flexa? They have their own Chai app, but we saw that there seems to be a reason why Chai is not using the Terra blockchain anymore. So where could Flexa possibly fit in with Terra? Well, compliance is one. For example, I'm not really going to give you much on this video. I will show a little bit. This is a CoinDesk thing that they put out. CoinDesk, a little bit better than Cointelegraph, but still not the best news source.
Insofar as any regulator approaches us and wants to engage in good faith, we will make sure that they can be better educated and that the technology moves forward in a direction that is beneficial to the public.
Right. Well, we have some congressional...
Okay, this interview gets very, very painful, very, very quick. One of the hosts just keeps on bringing up SEC regulations to Mr. Kwon. But there's a problem with that. He's not under those jurisdictions as he is in Southeast Asia. He is not trying to do anything in the U.S. market right now. He is focusing on his own area of the world. That's part of the decentralized movement. Instead of one giant global corporation, you can have a lot of smaller decentralized networks that do the same functions. And to give a little bit more insight onto the SEC problem, we'll go from this video here that I just showed you from December 9th of 2021, right around the same time as the Tyler Spalding AMA. And we can see here in February, this was just not even 3 months ago, that Terra CEO Kwon was ordered to comply with SEC subpoena related to Mirror Protocol investigation. It's just a very brief article. A U.S. District Court judge in New York ordered Terraform Labs and its CEO Kwon to comply with subpoenas the U.S. Securities and Exchange Commission issued in its investigation of Terra's Mirror Protocol, according to a filing dated February 17th. says that Terraform is basically countersuing, says that the SEC violated the due process clause in the Constitution and violated its own rule. And the major issue is just that Mirror Protocol mirrors the price of stocks, and that becomes like a synthetic, and it kind of falls under the SEC, especially if they were offering it to US citizens. However, this one doesn't really sort of irk me like the XRP one does. Now, it's never good to run afoul of the SEC, but again, Kwon's not focusing on that part of the world. But Tyler did mention global. So what all this is telling me is that maybe there is a slight possibility that Terra is deciding to use Flexa as the payment app, because Flexa, I just opened up my Spalding app to make sure, that Flexa does currently support Terra USD, which is known as UST. So now there is really no reason for Terra to have their own dedicated app just to the Terra ecosystem for payments. So now instead of Terra having to support the Chai app, and as I've shown that the Chai app appears not to be on the Terra blockchain anymore, that now there's a possibility for Flexa to just take the spot that the Chai app held, as Flexa does want to go global. So why not have Flexa deal with all the compliance side, and that frees up Terra to work on other projects, while at the same time people would still be able to spend and still be able to use their Luna in UST. So I did just want to thank everyone in the community, especially even the trolls. Thank you, Jimmy, for giving me an idea to look into Terra. It seemed to be perfect timing with the hiring of Miss Sally Wren, too. It was just a perfect storm that sort of put everything together. This is all speculation. I'm just a guy on the internet. There's just a possibility that this could be what's happening, but I do feel pretty confident that Tyler and Kwon are going to come up with something pretty good, and hopefully we'll see a new global payments leader that won't have to deal with the legacy boomer networks anymore. And one last thing, everyone in the community, please go out and use the app. It's not that hard. I actually prefer it over using my regular credit cards and cash. Anywhere I can actually go use it at. Dunkin' Donuts, Office Max, and GameStop have been the most popular that I've used lately. Again, I just spend stable coins through it, but feel free to go out there and use it. It's super convenient, and once you start using it, you'll understand why just the idea of loading up stable coins to it makes a lot more sense than using a credit card or even having cash on you anymore.